Welcome back, everyone, to the Mediak channel. As always, Sky and Zach are wherever they are on my screen. Zach's down here and Sky's over here, but I don't think that's how you see
It's
it.
the opposite way around, Shan, for you, for Sky.
For
But
Sky,
you
okay,
did
my
point to me
apologies. But yeah,
correctly.
people are somewhere around where I'm talking. So from last week, you might have known that this movie is The Fall Guy. So we had some sort of miscommunication, actually. I have seen The Free Guy. I've never seen The Fall Guy. So just
Okay.
yeah, so some
I've seen
minor
Free Guy
mistake
too.
about what with
Ryan Reynolds.
Ryan Reynolds.
He's actually in hot water right now. He might not be a good guy.
Yeah,
but we don't have to talk. We don't have to talk about
there's an SNL clip out there that was kind of funny. But he kind of like.
My mom was actually really pissed about that. I mentioned that to her. I was like, it was kind of funny. She was like, no, it's not. Imagine if she wasn't, his wife wasn't lying and she actually got like sexually assaulted in the first thing he said. I can't believe we're talking about this in the first 2 minutes of the podcast. But
yeah, it's not even the same movie.
It's related to the movie that Chandler thought this movie was. But TLDR to it, my mom was like, if she's not lying and that was his first appearance after everything, then that looks really bad for him. And honestly, it still looks really bad for him, even though it was kind of funny. But we can jump into the movie.
You can see her reaction too whenever she made that joke. She was not expecting that.
Yeah, it's okay. I mean, hey, you win some, you lose some. I'm kidding. This is a pretty big deal. But good thing that's not what the podcast is on. It's on the Fall Guy.
The Fall Guy. Yes. Yeah. With a character, I guess you could say Ryan Gosling. Some might confuse for Ryan Reynolds. I don't know. Ryan.
Did I say
Fall Guy, Free Guy? I don't know.
A couple weeks ago, I think I might have said to you that someone from Five Nights at Freddy's was in this, and I think I was wrong about that. I meant Aaron Taylor Johnson instead of I'm blanking on his name. The PETA guy.
Wait, Anna Taylor Johnson, like Furiosa?
No,
that's Joy. That's something Joy.
Yeah, Anya Taylor-Joy. That's Aaron Taylor Johnson. He was Tom Ryder.
Aaron.
Yeah, he was the big film.
Quicksilver.
Guy. Yeah, I can't believe you thought Quicksilver before you thought his most popular movie ever, Craven the Hunter.
That movie doesn't exist, bro. It doesn't exist.
I love how the only thing Skylar said in this 3 minutes was or. How are you doing over there, buddy? How'd you like the movie? Do you want to do the breakdown for what happened?
Yeah, I can give it my best shot.
Okay.
So
no prank.
This was a movie about a stuntman who is stunning for Tom Ryder, a big big movie star, and he has an accident and he falls and he breaks his back and he's out of stunting for a year and a half, and he picks up a job as a valet person. Loses his mojo, loses motivation, thinks, I almost died. Like, I can't do that again. I got lucky. So, somebody notices him from the valet. They notice him as a stunt guy, which I don't know how.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah,
how
I was thinking that too because he had a beard.
Yeah. I think you are right from that one movie.
No way he would have done that. He looked completely
no way
different.
You should know that's a stunt guy. If that is, that's a very shitty stunt guy. But
yeah, it looked completely different.
But either way, gets noticed, and then I feel like at this moment, like the thought started going back through his head about whether he should or not. And then he got a phone call from, I don't know what her role is. She's one above her director.
She's in, yeah.
Okay.
I thought she was
one above the director. That's all I know.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, we need you back on this. Like, we need our stuntman. You're the best one in the business. Come on, we need our stuntman. Yeah. Eventually just keeps sugar talking him, and I forget. Is it Jody?
I think so, yeah.
Okay.
That's the name of the director.
Yeah. And okay. And then mentions Jody's on the thing he's directing.
Yeah,
he was directing the movie, and then he gets drawn back
with the director, and now he's going to be stunting on her movie.
Yes, major plot point.
It's okay. I forgot about it too. I corrected you earlier.
yeah, so obviously goes back to stunting for that. Notices he shows his face randomly to her, and Jody was like, I don't want you here.
Yeah, she's
And
pissed.
very
And then they
off-putting,
change it.
very mad. Yeah. And then after lots and lots of stunts later, lots and lots of yelling and reshoots, you find out that, oh, the big movie star hasn't been here for days. Where is he? And then they're like, stuntman, find your guy. Like, what are you doing? So then our beloved stuntman goes and tries and finds, is it Flynn Rider?
Tom Ryder.
Wait, that's
Flynn
that's
Rider's
the guy from Tangled, right?
Tangled, yeah.
Yeah, I love
Thank you.
that.
Thank you. I knew it was something Rider.
Yeah.
Yeah. Doesn't find Tom Rider. Gets sent on a wild goose chase, only to find out, twist, that the Tom Rider was trying to frame him for a murder of another stuntman who was in his place.
Yeah.
And then, plot twist again at the end of the movie, Tom Rider was the reason why our stuntman had his accident. And they're trying to erase it all. And then our beloved stuntman dies, you think. And then he's alive. And he's shown again at the end of the movie with Jody, where he is in the background and he tells Jody everything that went on. She immediately believes him. And then the agent walks in, and he's in the background with an alien costume pointing it out and doing dances in the background, all to get a confession from our movie superstar that he was the reason of attempted murder and murder. And then they want the evidence, and they try and get it, and they get pranked. And a lot of cool stunts happen in between every single word I said.
Yeah, it is a lot of cool stunts. That is definitely very true. Broad strokes, but did you guys like it?
Honestly, I think I did pretty good. I think I did pretty
You did
good.
kill that.
That was a good summary.
Yeah, pretty much. It basically was like that. Everything Skylar said, but imagine with a lot of stunts.
Imagine with a lot
A
of
lot of
stunts.
stunts.
References, pop culture,
Some pop
jokes,
culture, yeah.
quotes.
A lot of ad-libbing, bro. I felt like this movie was 40% script, 60% improvisation.
Giving it 40% feels a little generous.
Yeah, definitely, dude. A lot of them were so cringe too. Like, I felt like they just kind of didn't know where the scene. Did you guys like it?
Needed to go to, like, no.
I thought it was
really
okay.
did.
I thought it was a little cringy in moments,
Really
like
disappointed. not
cheesy,
gonna lie.
cheesy.
All right,
This is
so I'll tell
directed
you
by-
my.
Go ahead.
Emily Blunt.
I'll tell you my experience watching
She
this movie.
directed the movie.
So
No, she did not.
I
But yeah.
was watching this Saturday night,
Oh, me too.
and
actually.
at like I started at like 10:40, so probably later than you.
Oh, yeah, a little bit later. I started at 10.
Oh, okay, so we had the same problem. I was like, it was like 11:40. I was like, holy shit, I just want to go to bed. And then
No,
I was like,
I honestly.
oh shit, I have another hour.
Yeah,
Oh,
It was long. It was long.
And then I was like, if I stop this, that wasn't the length wasn't the problem. But I was like, if I don't watch this now, I'm not watching this tomorrow.
Right.
So I stayed up until like damn near 1 a.m. to watch this movie.
I also
This
stayed
movie
up
could not get my interest. I kept pausing it and just
Yeah.
going on my phone.
Yeah.
I
I
do
thought the
agree
plot
with
was
it.
so weak.
Occasionally, I'd go on the phone, like during the dialogue, because I felt like it was 100% like ad-libbed humor. Most of the time they were talking. None of it was. Very rarely was it like informative dialogue to make the movie go further or something to bring the characters along, something like that. It just always was some sort of joke, and I never felt like many of the jokes landed in this movie. I thought the only time. Wait, let me. Okay.
I actually don't know if I laughed.
The only time I did laugh was at the very end. Whenever Jason Momoa was recast, that was the only time I out loud went, ha! Okay, that was really fucking funny, actually.
Yeah, that was funny.
That was really
that part.
hilarious. Go ahead, sorry.
So On Amazon, I don't know if you looked at what this movie is listed as, like genre-wise. It is listed as a action, comedy, drama, suspense, and I don't know if it did any of them right. So,
Well, I can
um,
see action. You're
Yeah,
right.
well,
it had,
actually,
it had
only
really
because of
good
the stunts.
action for the most part.
I would argue the action was only the stunts. That's the only thing that looked cool. And this is a
Yes.
movie about the stunt man, so the stunts should look good.
Yes, but like they did that well enough.
Bro, they had Stormtrooper aim.
Yeah,
Too real.
I was thinking that the entire time. I was like, this is fucking crazy that he never was
Yeah, they're
even
like,
so
how
much
am
as
I not hitting
grazed.
him?
I thought it was interesting that they had him that the phone get shot, but like the fact that he didn't get shot a single time is wild to me. But
Wait, how did
And,
they still deep fake the video if the phone was gone?
that
no. The phone only recorded him killing the guy, not of
the deep fake.
not the hotel footage. That's what they defaked was the hotel footage.
Yeah.
The one like we saw the news.
Wait, they're just partying.
Yeah, we saw the news footage of the guy backing out of the room
Yes.
and then go. That was deep faked.
But there was also a moment in which, like, you remember the part where
He does.
Flynn Rider like kicked the guy? Like,
yeah,
kicks
that was
Henry?
on the phone. The phone was shot. That
Yeah,
footage now
but
is
they-
no longer relevant.
I could have sworn they deep faked his face on that. Still,
I don't think they did, not to my knowledge.
Yeah,
I
the
thought they
the
did.
one hotel scene that we saw was just the footage. He did go there. He
Yeah.
did do that. That wasn't deep faked.
I think
No.
the only deep faked footage in the entire movie, in the entire thing, other than like the actual movie itself, was the news footage in which we saw.
Is he like walking backwards like
yes,
this?
yes. I think that was the
Yeah,
only thing that was.
That was him. I don't think that was.
That was
deep fake.
him. That was
Yeah,
in the
I think
movie.
That was.
He did that. That's when he found out and he called somebody.
They
Okay,
did deep.
Was anything deep faked in the movie then?
Yeah.
I don't
Whenever
know.
Flynn
Probably,
kicked,
yeah, I don't remember.
no, wait, Flynn kicked Henry, right?
Yeah.
We saw the actual video where Ryder does it. I'm gonna call him Flynn Rider because I think it's funny. He
Okay.
kicks him. He kicks him over, right? Well, they did show it again on the news with
Oh, okay.
Ryan Gosling's face. So they did. So how did they get that video if it was on the phone? And it was broken.
Maybe they already had like the deep fake made, and that was the only piece that wasn't deep fake to show the truth. But at
I
that
don't
point,
think
it would
they
be
were
video
they were thinking very hard past the initial fun concept of the movie.
I agree.
Because
The fact that we are arguing over the main plot point of the movie because we don't know
that's not the
what
main plot
happened.
point, though. It really isn't because it gets shot and broken and it
Right.
becomes irrelevant like halfway through it. So what do you? I like there's different like times in which like I felt like the gatepost is being pushed, and I at the end I just kind of was like, okay, I'm accepting the fact that we're gonna go with this ridiculous way that they're going to clear his name, just because I'm just excited to see whatever end action sequence we're
Yeah.
going to see. And granted, it was pretty cool. And I did-
Jason Momoa.
yeah, and I did enjoy the action sequence, and I thought it was pretty sweet when he flipped them off and fell out of the back of the helicopter.
Yeah.
But like,
sure.
man, story wise, it just wasn't there for me. Directing wise, it like there were some fun moments. Like the most visually interesting part was probably the moment right whenever his stuntman power is activated and he did the drugs and he started fighting them in
That was cool.
hyper
That was cool.
fast with the color.
Yeah.
It was like sparkling while he was glowing yellow. That was like those really
That was
cool.
kind of cool.
But the rest of the movie wasn't like that. It didn't have that.
What about
cool
the garbage truck fight?
Wow.
I enjoyed that. I
I was gonna say I thought that the green screen wasn't the best sometimes with that, but
I mean, I think it was kind of like that everywhere, though. I kind of got used. I just accepted.
I don't know about that because I felt like a lot of the real stunts looked really good, like especially at
Yeah,
the end of the
I agree.
movie and the times in which someone actually got fucking hit by a car or thrown through a window.
Yeah.
And the majority of the movie I felt like looked pretty real for the most part.
All
Except
the
for that.
car like rolls and
Yeah.
all the like the car like scenes, like you were saying, looked really good and really realistic. And then they have
The-
random times where I'm like, this is just a guy walking. Like,
There were moments though. I thought like, what's the in Sydney those opera that we were.
Oh
in
yeah, the Sydney
architecture.
Opera House.
Yeah, that was in the background of a lot of scenes, but it definitely wasn't. Right?
I honestly didn't.
I noticed that
I'm
in
not
terms
gonna
of
lie.
didn't see
yeah.
that.
Like there's one moment where he gets out of the car, and as he gets out, you see that in the background. I just know for certain that wasn't there.
Fuck, I just wasn't looking at that. I'm sorry. That's awesome. Great notice. But maybe it's because I was only focused really hard on the action sequences.
I do have one. At
Yep.
the end of the movie, did you notice Shrek and other horror characters in the stands
What?
whenever they were doing the movie review? Did you see them?
No.
Oh,
I saw them and
because
immediately
it was
noted them.
Comic-Con, right? So people were probably
I
just
think-
dressing up.
Yeah, but there was Shrek and other horror
I thought that was
characters.
kind of cool though that they
in
did
the
that.
audience.
Huh.
I was like, I don't know what Comic-Con this is, but Shrek's a weird choice.
Interesting. Someone would do it.
Horror
I
characters.
guarantee there's at least one Shrek at every Comic-Con.
I mean, maybe. That depends on which Comic-Con.
Sure, that's a lie. Probably San Diego. Well, actually, probably not. San Diego's pretty high.
I think it just depends on the Comic-Con, like which one it is. Because like if it's like a
Shrek comics.
yeah, if there's a Shrek comics, then yeah, for sure. But if there's like a anime Comic-Con, if somebody goes to Shrek, they're definitely the odd man out.
I actually I feel like there's a higher chance of getting a Shrek out of anime people than out of comic book people, personally.
Wait, have you guys ever seen anime SpongeBob
Yes, I
Yes.
have.
on YouTube?
Yeah, it's.
I'm
pretty awesome.
imagining Shrek like that, just an animated version. Of
Someone's probably made that. In all honesty, like someone probably has.
Do you have anything else to say about that?
The only other
Yeah,
thing that I found funny was whenever he told the dog to guard the cockatoo, and then whenever they were looking through Flynn Rider's apartment, and he found the sticky note that said "sell cockatoo," then he flipped it over and it said "buy koala."
Wait,
I was
why
like,
would
that-
he? Why do you write on the back of a note? Because like you'll
I've
never
also-
see it.
That's
You
pretty dumb.
don't see it.
Yes, you're 100% right. But I just thought the reveal of "buy koala" was kind of funny. Not
Yeah,
gonna
it was
lie.
kind of like
Just like that was
Yeah.
the dumbest thing ever, and not what I was expecting, but it probably should have been. Basically, every other joke didn't really land, and that was pretty disappointing because I feel like Ryan Gosling's a pretty funny guy because of Barbie and The Nice Guys, and he just is like a good actor in general. So I was a little disappointed in that. The director David Leaked, I don't know. He made Bullet Train, which is like one of my favorite movies.
I got vibes of this from that.
The only time I really did was in that initial fight scene that he had. Everything else was kind of really disappointing to me because it just didn't live up to what I was expecting, like a Bullet Train's level. Because I think that's like a great movie. Definitely didn't live up narratively, like anywhere close to what Bullet Train's level was.
Yeah.
Skylar, have you seen Bullet Train?
No, but I can't imagine this was anywhere close to it if it's one of your favorites.
Yeah, no, I don't even know who wrote Bullet Train, but well, I know it's a book. I don't know who adapted the book to the screen for it, but man, I was really disappointed with this. Who wrote this movie?
I do have
Pierce.
I do have two questions.
Answers?
Did you think the romance was good?
No.
Okay,
It felt
And then,
so fake.
it did feel fake.
Yeah.
like
I don't know. I thought it was okay. I thought it was sweet at moments. Actually, I liked the part whenever he kept getting caught on fire. I thought that was kind of funny.
I thought the scene itself was
taking out
funny.
your aggression on that.
I just don't really. Oh my god, the thing I really would. The movie started off to such a horrible note with arguably the worst use of narration I've seen in a modern movie in a
weird. It
while.
was weird.
Because one, why did they do the narration? Because they didn't bring it back at the end of the movie because that's like the only time they would ever do it again. And two, he only narrated things that we were actively seeing on the screen at the moment. It was really like the writer just kind of thought the audience was dumb. They wouldn't be able to pick it up as you were going. I don't know. I just thought that was really stupid. It was really disappointing. Also, that twist, I hate that twist that Tom injured him. Like, I think that's so
pointless.
dumb. No, it doesn't make any sense. Like, why?
Why would he?
Why? Why would he
No,
do
he's
that?
just out of a stunt.
Yeah, and also
Why
he
would he
didn't want to
hurt
shoot
Henry?
him because he was like, "Oh, he's the best stunt guy I've ever had." But why did you why did
I think it's just because he actually
break
has
back?
anger issues. He okay. It's not gonna rationalize this, but like I know like I've talked to people that have had this mentality that they don't like to be quote unquote little broed, if that makes sense, like belittled or whatever. And so like they will go to a whole other extent to like be a little bro that person back, that sort of thing. And that's exactly what I was getting here. He didn't like
When did he get
because Henry kind of embarrassed Flynn, saying like, "Oh, you don't do your own stunts," and
Well,
that made him upset, and so then he killed him.
Oh,
But
Henry.
no, I'm talking about the initial
As-
beginning of the movie. Tom broke his back by dropping him too early or something.
I'm sure he also just embarrassed him too, like because I mean, if I'm just assuming like how he felt was how Henry treated him or made him feel. Somehow he got the same vibe or he got the same reaction from him.
Yeah, but then like that, I think
Like,
in
just
that,
never. If that
why
plot point
wouldn't
just
he
didn't
shoot him?
exist.
Because at that
Yeah.
point, like he's actively stopping him from. I don't know. I don't know. The story was really disappointing to me. I was on like a quest to find who wrote Bullet
Bullet Train.
He also David Leitch also directed Deadpool 2.
My next question was, how would you fix this movie?
I don't know actually. I probably would. I honestly. The writer of Bullet Train was Zach Zak. No kidding.
Oh no!
Which is crazy. That is a wild thing. Zach.
You wrote your favorite movie of all time. Seems pretty egotistical.
It's not my favorite movie of all time, but it's one of them. Don't look up the reviews though. It has a terrible score.
I thought the cinematography was good. I like some of these shots.
I thought it edged on good.
Yeah.
I thought sometimes it could be good, and then other times it was pretty generic. But that was kind of like the only time the camera really impressed me. It was in like some of the action sequences. Skylar, what do you think about Taylor Swift being in? Yeah, that was it. I don't really. I wasn't like blown away with the cinematography. Like they didn't do anything crazy with it. It just kind of felt like an action movie for the most part.
It was very funny that they played All Too Well like 3 times in the first 30 minutes, as if we would forget.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think if I were to try and fix this, I think I would just drop the comedy aspect altogether, because I think it kind of takes away from the drama and the suspense, because it's supposed to make you laugh, and I feel like the other two are trying to not make you just laugh. So I feel like if you get rid of that and try to like turn up the seriousness, I think it could like save the movie a little bit. I mean, it needs better writing, but I don't know how to write a movie, so I can't. Yeah, so I can't how to write a movie. But I think if the comedy aspect was just dropped, I think this movie is at least a little bit better.
I think it needs to be a comedy, because I think a stunt guy fighting like to this John Wick degree is too ridiculous of a concept for there not to be some sort of like stupid humor to.
Well, there could be like quirks, but not like listed as a. I feel like there was too many.
I think that like the espionage like double twist, it was a man from the inside kind of deal. It just was kind of too stupid. I think it needed to be more low key. I did obviously needed to end in an explosive thing at the end of the movie for like the ultimate stunt stuff, but I just felt, I don't know, I really don't know what they could have done, because I felt like the movie, like I said earlier, like I never felt like the movie was crazy long. It kind of went by at a pretty average speed for me. I just didn't enjoy most of what I was watching. I don't know.
I think it could be a little more serious. It was too cheesy.
Yeah.
I didn't like Gail. I thought she was so annoying. I wrote down one thing where she was just she was very controlling, right? But also just demanding. So like she handed him plane tickets. It's like, thank you for going on on the plane. Thank you. Go. Or whenever she was asking for a
that's
drink.
what producers are.
Yeah, but I just didn't like it.
Yeah.
Like it was overwhelming, and I don't know. I thought it was not serious enough. Maybe
I think it was just that they must not have had a definitive script, or maybe the script wasn't good, so the director was like, just kind of wing it, because I felt like most of the scenes went slightly too long, because there was a couple lines in every scene that felt like they didn't fit to some degree, or some stupid thing, like they were talking about cooking, or was it cooking? They had some sort of stupid analogy in one of the scenes.
Yeah, there's so many.
And I hated that. Yeah, exactly. And it just was like, man, I feel like someone told you be funny and you came up with that on the moment, and it just didn't hit, in my opinion. Most of the scenes, it made all the dialogue feel completely stupid.
You remember in the beginning, they were dreaming up on being on a beach in their swimming costumes and whatnot. And then they tried to like rekindle that towards the very end. It just didn't hit as hard as I thought. I don't think
it
was delivered properly.
Really hit that hard, except for certain action sequences.
Except for remember they did
the like car rolls. I thought hit pretty hard. Yeah. But that was pretty much like, and like the one at the very, very end, like those did. Like there's not much in between.
I was kind of like, I wasn't locked in at the beginning. Like I really got out at the narration and all of the stupid stuff with him losing his mojo, but still being insanely ripped, because that makes sense. He
was ripped.
Yeah,
he
was fall into his lowest low, but obviously he's gonna work out and eat all of the meals that he needs to eat.
Hey man, you have to be strong to drive a car, to drive these expensive cars.
Yes,
you gotta have muscle.
Right, dude. You gotta be fucking yoked for that shit. But I don't even remember where I was going with that. I wasn't locked in with that. But the second we saw the drug scene where he actually started doing some cool camera movements, and it was some interesting action sequences, and then he had that awesome moment where he ran down the street and then put the fucking mouth guard in and ran in front of the car. I was like, okay, that's funny. I like that he actually brought a mouth guard for this. Like that seems like something realistic that most movies wouldn't do for a very similar thing. And then it was kind of just downhill from there. But I don't know. It peaked again at the end because the action sequence was actually pretty interesting to watch.
Yeah, I would kind of agree with my like locked in. Like I started out like pretty locked in because I was like, I thought I heard that this movie was good.
My brother said it was awesome.
I swear I've heard this movie was good. So I was like locked in. I steadily lost interest. I gained a little bit like at the beginning drug scene, and then the second he was like, "How do I know when it wears off?" And he's like, "Well, are you still seeing unicorns?" I through the floor. I did not care one little bit anymore. I was like, this movie is a waste. There's no way you just randomly throw in unicorns in scenes now. That's just a way to fill a screen. And then
split screen moment. That was
cool.
That was the only time with the relationship that I actually felt like it was real. And
but like I didn't like how they were like, man, my script. I want them to be like they were explaining what was on the screen.
Oh yeah. Sometimes it literally was. It sounded so cringe.
That was just meta, if you know what I mean by that.
Yeah.
Again.
Yeah, the most available tactic. Most available.
They're not breaking the fourth wall, but it's like they're teetering on it. They're
but also like sometimes he would ask questions like a child, because they're talking about the script, but they both know they're both adults. They both know they're talking about the actual relationship, and he would ask questions like, "Oh, but." Are you willing to give me another chance? I mean, give the cowboy another chance. Like, come on, bro. That's so cringe.
Interested in cowboys?
Yeah, come on. Like, that's so cringe. You had this really nice adult moment that was completely ruined by asking a really dumb, stupid question that I feel
actually I didn't mind that. I thought that was just part of the, like like you said, childish love humor. I didn't mind. Like they're still kind of bickering, and he's like, "Please forgive me."
But like, don't use the script. Just outright say it. It's supposed to be.
Oh no! I like that script angle because that's what she's doing. She doesn't want to like admit that she wants to talk about the relationship, and he feels more comfortable not talking about the relationship and putting it in the aspect of the script. I just thought that he asked dumb questions like. He talked to her like a child, like an idiot, like how no human being would, because you just have to talk about the relationship. Maybe that was ad-libbed. It definitely was. 100% it was. It felt like he was trying to be funny. Like, the director was like, oh, what do you would do in this situation to be a little comical? It's a little serious here.
Imagine it wasn't ad lib. That would be such
That's a stupid, dumbass question.
I would probably be like, well, what if you give the cowboy another chance?
And I think this adds into my theory that I don't think Aaron Taylor Johnson is like an actual good actor. I know that sounds terrible, but like he just didn't.
Aaron Taylor.
He didn't.
When you say that, I don't know who you're talking
Exactly.
about. Dude, now.
And I turned to G like a while ago whenever we were about to watch Nosferatu because he was in that movie. I was like, this is going to be make or break because I don't think he's a good actor, but this is a big movie with a bunch of good actors in it. And I don't think he did. Like, I don't think he did like a distractingly bad job in that movie. I don't even think he did a bad job at all. But I just don't think he's good. I just don't think he's a good actor. And in this movie, he just played. Like, honestly, if you told me that was him, like how he is, I would believe that. And if it's not, he just was being a goofball, which anyone can. Yeah. It's so easy.
What you think? I know this is going back a little bit, but even when he played Quicksilver, I thought that was a little.
Accent made no sense, but. Okay.
Oh yeah, that's probably why I didn't like his performance. That's the thing matched up.
Yeah,
he was definitely trying too hard or whatever.
Yeah,
maybe bro is just not it.
And I don't think Emily Blunt was locked in at all for this.
It's hard to believe anybody was.
Yeah, and Ryan Gosling was just himself, like his actual real life human being, no acting whatsoever. Emily Blunt it did not seem like she was interested in Ryan Gosling at all, if that's what they were trying to show off in the slightest.
I think. Sorry, finish. I thought you were done.
I was just gonna say everyone is there for the paycheck, without a doubt.
Yeah,
fair. Yeah. Well, I was gonna say, well, this guy, he was definitely probably there for the paycheck too. But I thought Jason Momoa killed it. His acting.
Yeah.
This is really great, dude. It was really.
That's the best part of the movie was the end credit scene. Well, not the end credit scene, but
there actually was an end credit scene that I didn't watch. I found out about it in the Wikipedia.
Yeah.
I watched it. Don't remember it.
Is it teasing Maelstrom 2 or Maelstrom 2, whatever?
Fucking no. If it's the Fall Guy 2, I'm not even watching it. Like, this movie didn't make a lot of money, so I'd be shocked if they do make another one. But I just don't have any interest in seeing more of whatever this world is. It's just not. It's not it for me.
So, do you feel ready to give your number? I'm very interested in that point.
I just want to say one thing, last final thing, and I just want to agree with you, Scott. I thought it was long. I know, Zach, you said that you kind of got through it on a tolerable pace, but I paused it multiple times just because I was actually like, I gotta be here. I was trying to get here on time. I do apologize. We started this podcast a little late, but I was timing myself. I was like, I cannot pause this movie any more times or I will be late. And I couldn't get through the movie without pausing it.
Even your mom felt that way?
So it was weird. I was watching it on my phone and on TV because there was someone there giving us a quota about remodeling her kitchen. So she was touch and go. But she was there for the last half of the movie, at which I couldn't pause it.
Right.
So I was trying to be here on time.
Right.
Like, it's not that I thought it was insanely long. It's the fact that because it was only like what like an hour.
2 hours.
Yeah, like it wasn't like really that bad.
Yeah.
Like in reality, of all movies we've watched on this, it's probably in the shorter half. But
especially last year, I felt like last year we watched a lot of like 2 hour plus like 3 hour movies.
Yeah. Well, because it was like, we had like the Batman, Oppenheimer, and those were longer ones.
Did we do Batman?
Yeah. I don't know. I just remember the Batman being longer, but I probably watched Batman.
Yeah, that might be 2 years ago.
This one just could not keep my interest at all. Like, I genuinely didn't care. Like, I really tried to because I was like, I have to talk about this movie. I have to know what's going on.
I think it's because none of them did good job at acting, which made you feel like you couldn't connect with any of them because they just were actors.
Well,
yeah,
and the writing was terrible. Do you know? It was so. I thought this movie. I looked up reviews about this after, and I was like, okay, what positive or negative things are people saying about this movie? And there was like a ton of 5s. There was a ton of 1s. There's a couple 2s. There's a couple 4s. There was basically no 3s.
No one thought it was
Nobody thought it was like, I don't really think many people thought it was just like mid. They thought it was either bad, and they were like, the romance and the plot sucked, but it had cool stunt scenes. And the tops were like, bro, the stunt scenes were awesome. And like, they just didn't touch on the plot. So like, it's either you didn't watch
It
it.
gets better reviews than Bullet Train is ridiculous to me.
That is wild.
I love Bullet Train. Bullet Train is probably Aaron Taylor Johnson's best performance, unironically.
I need to rewatch the movie. I need to rewatch it.
I'll say it whenever I give my number. I'll say my next point whenever I give my number.
Hit it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Start us off.
I gave this movie a 5 out of 10. Which
Solid. It'll be that first mid score.
yes, it was so painfully average to me because there were things I liked and there were things that I don't like, and I was like, well, if I just turn off my brain and I don't think about the plot, this is a really good movie. It's really cool. But I was like, if I try to think about it at all, this movie sucks.
Yeah. It really doesn't hold up.
Like,
at all.
the fact that I was like, I turned off my brain for the last like half because I was like, I physically cannot do this anymore. I'm clocked out. And I was like, yeah, that wasn't too bad. And it started going a little faster. So like, there was a reality in which I thought the movie was terrible, and there was a reality in which I didn't hate the movie. So like, I was like, painfully mid.
On a better day, you would have liked it. On a worse day, you would have hated it.
Dude, on a worse day, I gave it like a 2. No, I'd probably give it a 3. On a good day, I probably gave it like a 6.5. So like,
That's not bad.
it caught me on not the worst day, so I got kind of lucky. I feel like 5 is a good one for me.
That's super valid. Chan, do you want to?
I probably won't watch the movie ever again though.
I probably won't either. Like I just
Yeah.
and that's
just don't
something
get
that I wasn't expecting, and kind of sad to hear.
It's gonna get a 6 from me. Again, just kind of mid. I just thought it was so long that I was paying attention more to it ending than really caring about the film while it was still going on.
Like you were looking forward to the ending.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sometimes I think like, okay, we got 30 minutes left. Maybe like a couple, maybe one fighting scene, one talking scene, then I'm out of here. Let's go.
Yeah. Like okay. Keep going. Sorry.
No, that's practically that's all I gotta say. I was looking forward to the end.
I have so much to say about this movie and none of it is good. But I gave it a 5, so I'm so confused.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I mean, some of it was.
Yeah.
I like the action. I also
Yeah, I
think
like
it's
that.
about a 6. Like I didn't want to die when watching it, but like I said, it went by like kind of at a decent pace. It just nothing was like super impressive apart from like a handful of scenes, but also some scenes were pretty bad. It was slightly above average. 6 out of 10.
I think I've seen worse movies,
I've definitely seen
but-
worse.
but like
Constantine V1.
I don't want to hear that. This is significantly. Constantine is significantly better than this.
is Constantine Scott? Can you at least say that Constantine is
I don't even remember the
entertaining?
movie anymore. I don't even remember the movie anymore.
Is it
I just remember
entertaining though?
his name.
Can you just Dig deep, dig
I would
deep.
be like, "Oh, did you like this scene?" And he'd be like, "I don't know. They said his name a lot."
Yeah, I hated it. It made me so angry.
Whatever.
I swear I heard the main
Chandler,
character's
you
name
need
over
to fucking watch it one of these days.
Don't watch it.
But it's like
Oh,
pre 2010, bro. I get.
I don't
Imagine,
care.
it feels
I don't care. The sequel is gonna come out eventually, and then you're gonna need to watch it because we're gonna review it on the podcast.
Yes.
It will. It will.
What if I watch it for the first time like Sky did? I can't. What if I side with Sky here? I have to watch it like almost a
that'd be
day
the
of.
biggest- That'd be the biggest plot twist in Mediak history.
Zach hates me right now. He's like fries.
I'm gonna move into the movie news. I'm not being
Change.
Wait, what about your no? Oh yeah, you gave it a 6. Do we still
Yeah,
run up
they're-
to a 6?
There's a reality in which you're like, oh my god, this made me never want to watch a pre-2010 movie again.
There is a chance that you never know.
There's also a reality in which it's the opposite way, and it's like I'm only watching good movies.
Yeah, no, I've only watched the. That means I have to go back and watch all those Fantastic Fours, which were early
Oh.
2000s, right?
Yeah.
Good. Or they're okay, except for I don't know if I like the one where
Are they good?
Iron Torch and or not Human Torch, not Iron Torch, and the raw a thing. I don't like whenever they swapped abilities. If you remember that movie, I don't think I don't remember good things about that.
I don't think
But I
either
remember
of
good
them
things
were
about
good.
Pirates of the Caribbean 5. So who knows what I think?
Yeah. And also, never mind. We're not going to go there. It doesn't matter. We're going to go with the movie news.
Hammer will never give a movie recommendation again.
No, it's okay. He is next week. Remember?
I have the next one. I have the
No,
next one.
that era, Chandler. Chandler from
Okay.
watching movies in that year is never giving me a recommendation again.
You never know. What do you think next week is going to be?
I don't know. I'm excited.
Okay, so they already started filming season 2 of Daredevil Born Again, which is pretty cool because the first season hasn't even started yet. It's starting in 2 weeks. The directors of Loki season 2 are going to direct that, and I'm pretty sure they came back and did the reshoots for the first season of Daredevil. So I think this is looking pretty good. I'm pretty excited. I hope it's pretty good. One of the Defenders is apparently going to be in season 2, which makes sense because they brought back a whole bunch of people for season 1. Okay, so Amazon MGM officially has full creative control over James Bond. Broccoli and Wilson have stepped back, which are the people who previously owned the James Bond rights and all that fun jazz. Okay, speaking of James Bond, actually, Daniel Craig recently was asked to be Sergeant. He was just going to be a character in the Sergeant Rock movie for James Gunn's DCU. He turned down that, which is pretty interesting. I didn't know what Sergeant Rock was, so I googled it, and it's the Easy Company group from Creature Commandos with G.I. Robot. We're getting a movie about them.
Interesting.
That's kind of what I thought too. I was like, I don't think like anyone asked for that, but like I'm not really complaining. I don't see anything wrong with taking like World War II and just watching people, but in a world with superheroes. I think that's like super interesting seeing from the eyes of those guys. Obviously with a robot that could murder people pretty easily on their team. And the last bit of news I have is actually a pretty somber piece of news that both of you guys know about, and we actually all have talked about, that the Marvel Rivals team, NetEasy, let go the entire Seattle division, which is just fucking crazy that they did that. But what can you do? There's not really much else to talk about. It's a really sad thing that happened. You just gotta.
Are they just trying to appeal to the shareholders, cut back on payroll?
I don't really know what it is. I'm guessing they're just kind of like, okay, well, we did all the crunch that we needed to do before game was released and season 1 was out. Now we can relax and fire a bunch of people and save some money.
Like, I understand that that's going to inevitably happen. They could have just handled it in such a better way. They definitely did it.
Yeah.
With what we found out when they found out, which is horrible. Yeah, that there's no excuse for that, really. I have some news.
Okay, yeah, go ahead.
And it actually kind of somewhat ties into what I've been watching. There's a movie in China that is almost crossed 2 billion at the box office.
No way.
Yeah, it's a sequel, actually. It's called Nezha, Nezha, I think. It's an animated film about like Chinese mythology, I think.
Okay, yeah.
And I guess it's a mini. Yeah, it must be that.
Okay.
Yeah, I saw that on Instagram somewhere. Like I saw just like a reel about it, and I'd look in the comments or like some reviews, and people were saying that the first one was really good. So teaser, I watched that one. But I had to like download a Korean app. I downloaded some app, whatever it was. And man, there's like 20 ads in the movie, but I was able to get through it all. And it was okay. I actually kind of enjoyed it. It was a different take, and it was actually funny. It was funny. I liked it.
Interesting. Huh.
So I'm curious about this sequel. I really am.
I just looked into it a little bit. That's interesting. It's in my notes.
Yeah.
I've saved it. The news was that it crossed over $2 billion.
That's insane. It was just crazy. About to, but that was like days ago. So I'm sure it has.
That's wild, actually.
Yeah. But I think almost all of the sales were coming from China. So and there's so many people there.
Yeah.
So it makes sense. But still, like that's a record.
It's like it makes sense that it was going to sell that much. Did we want to jump into the next segment of our show?
Perhaps.
Yeah, we can
start doing an agenda. Like in the opening, we should start introducing that, because like for those who have never listened to the podcast before, how the fuck are they going to know that we're going to go into a news segment and then our other reoccurring segment at the end? I think it would be a good idea. You know, better podcasters would have thought about this well before the 100th episode of the podcast.
Or, hear me out.
What
What
great
if-
ones adapt on the spot.
Right.
Exactly,
right.
yeah.
We're tinkering right now. What if this would be a little bit extra work? What if you like threw like something on the screen? Like you'd have to edit this, just throw a little pop up, and it would be like timestamps. And I guess you could just say movie news, what we've been
But
watching.
that's a
and
lot
they
of
would get an
extra work.
idea as to
I
what
could
they're
do
watching.
that, but usually our podcasts are pretty long, and that would mean I would have to sift through at least a little bit, and I'd rather not do that.
Right.
Just say.
Laziness coming out in 4K.
Yeah, but Zach,
Yes,
what have you been watching?
dude, I'm excited to tell you. Rivals is always the top of the list because it kind of just has been there since that came out, and I haven't erased it. But I didn't really play it all that much. I only played like a handful of games on Friday when The Thing and Fantastic Torch. Wait. It's Fantastic Torch. The Human Torch came out. Yeah. But I didn't even play as them. I played as Loki, and then I played as Black Widow, which Black Widow got a buff, and she is way better now, which is pretty awesome. She got more bullets in her gun, and her ult actually does something now, which is fucking cool.
What
Love that.
can it exactly do? Like cancel stuff?
No, it does a little bit of damage, but it also debuffs.
That's little.
Yeah, it does a little. It does 200 damage. That's it. But if anyone that's hit in the radius, it slows them down by 60%, and also makes it so that they take more damage for like 3 seconds or something.
Those are easy pickings.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. It's actually useful now, which is cool. Love that. Never thought I'd see a day, but my shockingly my main right now got buffed, which is awesome. I've actually played a decent amount of Black Ops 6 with Chandler over there, but also a little bit on my own, just kind of playing the Tomb. It's growing on me a lot more, going to be 100% honest. We've been watching Castlevania, but also today on PlayStation, there were a bunch of sales. I don't know how recently they came out, but for the Castlevania collection, it was only $4 for like most of the games. And I know some of them are old, so Chandler, you're probably never going to play them, but
Yeah.
I was like, for $4 for like, I think there was like 9 games on it. I was like, yeah, hell yeah, that's a steal. I'm going to
Deal.
take that. Yeah,
Those
exactly.
are the 2D scrolling ones, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
thought.
Chandler would never. You'd never see him out there.
It's just Chandler needs
Hey,
an
I've
open
played
world.
like Super Mario, bro. That's a scrolling. That's like a,
That's
you know what I mean? Like whatever you call those kinds of games.
yeah.
Oh yeah,
basically.
playing Super Mario Odyssey then.
I do own that game. I'll have
Have you played it,
I
though?
might
Interesting.
have like 30
Yeah.
minutes on it.
Nice. I've been reading a little bit of Spider-Man still. I've actually caught up on Inuyasha to where the point in which I had watched it previously. So now I've been falling asleep to the Justice League TV show, Justice League animated TV show that came out like in the past. Probably too old for Chandler, but I think it's
No,
very
I watched
good.
it. I watched all of it.
Man, that goes against your moral code. That's crazy.
The animated one?
Yeah, the animated one.
Yeah. I watched that and Young Justice.
Yeah. On Young
But
Justice.
I
is
watched
fire.
I watched them as a kid, so it wasn't like old then. It was like
They're actually good though.
you know, growing up with they are
You
good.
should rewatch them. They're pretty fire. Like all of the
should.
animated shows, like Batman, the animated series, Justice League Unlimited, Justice League, Batman Beyond. They're in the Superman show. Those are all in the same universe, and they're really fucking good. I played a decent bit of Sea of Stars, which is that RPG I've been grinding away at, and I finished Cyberpunk. Fuck.
Yes.
That's a great show. I got like
Oh,
I
I never told you what you asked me that question.
I did.
right
Yeah,
now,
I texted you. And
I'm
what,
so
what was
sorry.
it? What was the spoiler alert for Cyberpunk TV show, Chandler? What was the reference in the game that referenced the TV show?
So in the game, you can like go to this alley, which you'll see the Edge Runners emblem. You remember like what their logo was?
Yeah, that's such a lame reference.
It's not. That's not it.
Dude.
That's not it. But that pretty much is it. So,
dude.
yeah, you see that. Wait, what?
So go ahead.
I was just saying, you see that, and then you eventually get in contact with the driver, the limousine driver or whatever. Yeah, you get in touch with him, and you're like, you're kind of calling him as you're driving, or you're like texting him.
Dude, I actually
eventually-
really like that guy. I like that character a lot.
So,
Yeah, he was cool.
and he survived. So it's
Yeah,
even
he
better.
survived. Thank God. Crazy.
But-
Dude, you know, it's such a that is one of my favorite tragedies I've ever seen. Like, just straight up, it's so
Just the
good.
mo- like at how, yeah, it's
One of
show,
the
it's
best-
so good.
One of the best tragic pieces of media I've ever seen. It's so fucking good.
Done properly.
So
like
good. It's amazing.
like yeah, you couldn't see it any other way. And although it's saddening, you're also like happy for the guy.
At day one, in episode 1, there's no mistaking. You know what will happen as long as David lets it happen, and it goes exactly the way that you think it's gonna go. And I don't mean that in a bad way at all. It's perfect. It's so good. The only time I ever got the inkling of wanting to play the video game was at the end when David was going on his rampage. The only time I was like, I want to play this game is I was like, if you could do that.
You can't do that.
No way, you can
can't
do
do
that in the game?
Yeah, I never got it, but yeah, you can kind of like what's that? Where he uses his vertebrae to like go.
No, not
super
the
fast.
supersonic. I meant the super cyber skeleton that he got at the end where he became a robot.
Oh. No.
Dude, if you could go on that mass murder killing spree that he went on at the end of that TV show, I would buy that game in 100% in a heartbeat. Like, that was the
That's a lot
coolest.
to do. No,
That was the coolest thing ever. Like, it was whenever whenever they showed it, I was like, okay, I'm gonna bring it back a bit. When they showed who the ultimate cyber warrior was in like episode 3, I was like, okay. So David's going to not only become the next one, he's going to fight the original one. But I didn't think he would look like that. Like, that was crazy.
And
It was really awesome.
I'm gonna just say, it might still be worth to play Cyberpunk because although it's a different story, it's still the same universe, and the story is just as good.
It's
good.
Actually? I never thought, I didn't think I would be interested in this at all.
It's probably not, but I still think
It's so good. Like, I was so shocked at how good the story was because everyone was like, oh, the story's dog shit. It's all about the animation. No, the story's amazing.
It's great.
It's really
so peak.
fantastic. It deserved to win Anime of the Year whenever that came out. It's fucking one of.
I want to
best
rewatch
shows. I kind of do too.
because right, you and I both watched the show before. Well, we've never played the game, right?
I've never played the game. You've
So-
played the game.
Yes, but watching the show, a lot of it I didn't understand.
Do you have to take meds in the game if you cyber up, chrome up?
So essentially, what happens is you can only put so much chrome on you at all times, but
Okay.
then you can get a certain perk, that the Edge Runner perk, which lets you go past your limit just barely. I never went so far. There's a red zone. I've never even tried it, but I think you probably would take damage or something like that. You go insane.
What abilities from the show appeared in the game? Like, can you get the hand cannon that Maine and he had?
Yes, I think
Actually,
so. Or
that's
like,
so
or like the
cool.
one oh yeah, no. Who's the girl again? What's her name?
There's a couple girls.
The one with the blonde hair, the love interest.
Fuck. Not Jade. Is it Jade? No.
Lucy.
Lucy. Yeah.
Yeah, she has those wires.
Yeah.
You can use that.
Really?
That's a thing. Or
Huh.
like sickle blades, where like you have a blade coming out of your elbow or something. Like
Oh
there's
yeah,
tons of
he had that in his nightmare sequence, and the guy that attacked him at the beginning of the show had that too, which is that's really cool, dude. The
Yeah.
fucking anytime Cyber Psychosis happened in that show, it was the most insane animation ever. And I also liked how they kind of showed there was like a tiny bit of control that certain people were able to have, like how Maine acted the way that he did whenever he saw David at the end there, and also it was able to somewhat get into control with his love interest. And then at the end, how obviously Lucy was able to keep him in control too. And it was really sad that he was like, it was always going to go this way, and they both knew that. And then obviously like the direct ending, dude, when Skylar watches it,
Dude, bro.
he's gonna cry. He's gonna cry so hard at the end.
Yeah, Sky, you have to watch this. It's a quick
do.
watch too.
It
You
is a
get through
quick watch.
pretty-
I literally
pretty
finished it in a couple nights.
It's pretty far down my list. I'm not gonna lie.
So good though. It was pretty far down my list too, and then I got.
Is it better than One Piece?
Can anything be better than One Piece? Let's be
No,
real.
it's really not possible. It really is impossible to be better than One
right.
Piece.
So I guess.
But
But if you want a quick break, not like
no,
a break like I.
this should be the
that's not
first
right.
show you watch whenever you catch up because it's literally just 10 episodes.
Yeah.
I don't know. I already have my next show picked up.
What is it?
Is
Is it less episodes than 10?
I think it's 13.
Okay, that's fair. After the 13, you could do the 10.
Unless he has another show
No.
lined up.
I have a huge watch list.
Oh, but it's just so good, dude.
It is, but it's also very far down my list.
In that scene that got memed to death where he was like freaking out after watching Faraday kind of mess with Lucy a bit, and he was kind of cracking, and he was like, "I'm gonna fucking kill you!" Like you know what I'm talking about? Because that scene, that's kind of why I started to wanting to watch the show because it was comparing voice actors, and it was like, I can't believe these two are the same character, and it showed a very poorly voice acted moment from Tanjiro from Demon Slayer, and then it showed that scene where he was like fucking screaming his lungs out and like sputtering and yelling, and I was like, man, I guess he's not a dog shit voice actor. Yeah, but that made me want to watch it. Did not think, like, whenever you see that scene just in that little bit there, you kind of you can't tell that he's just a torso. It's really hard to see that. Yeah, no, at all. And that was something weird to adjust to, but it was pretty cool. All right, I'm gonna stop yapping about that. Skylar, did you find the show that you were gonna watch next?
No, but I can't find like what it's called because I'm blanking now. But I know it's a romance, and I was very excited.
That you should.
It's been a while since I've had one.
Cyberpunk's
So-
romance. That's what I meant by tragedy.
Arguably amazing romance.
Yeah, it's a beautiful romance. That's what my brother liked the most about it. I'm pretty sure.
Hate to break it to you, it's still not Cyberpunk, but
Skylar, there's a lot of sex in it.
that turns me away so much.
Dude, me too.
You have no idea.
If it didn't have as much nudity, I think it would be like one of my favorite shows. But it's so hard to recommend shows like that, especially that within the first minute there's nudity. And I'm not even joking about that.
Can I warn you about
Way-
that?
No, I had no idea.
Okay, I'm sorry.
I almost watched this with my mom. I didn't though. Thank God.
When Michael told me to watch it, he never warned me either. So I was like, damn, okay. But
Yeah,
I just forgot to warn you. It's not like I did it out of like spite or whatever.
I got along
I didn't warn you
because the music is so good. Like the very following scene is just the scene of David walking to school, and it has this like you just get to see how shitty and terrible the world is with this awesome soundtrack going in the background. I'm like, okay, this is really good. I like this shit. All right, Chandler, what have you been watching this week?
So I watched.
Shit.
Sorry, Sky.
Sorry.
I've been replaced.
I'm sorry.
Replaced.
I'm sorry.
Wow.
Well, okay. I've been watching a couple things. I already mentioned the Nizar, like that movie, which I kind of would like to watch a sequel, but whenever that, it's in some theaters. I found out some, probably like big city theaters or whatever, where they have the most people. But that some Rivals, no Fort, although Fort had an update this past Friday, just like Rivals did. I'm not excited. I haven't been excited for Fort for a while. Watching some Shangri-La Frontier still. Although I'm not sure if I like it right now because I think it's heading... I don't know if I told you this, but like... Because it's like a VR anime, it's not... They don't just play in the world of Shangri-La Frontier. They'll play other games. Like, and for a couple episodes, it was like a mech anime, which I didn't care for.
I don't like that.
I didn't care for it either, but I think that's about to happen again, but not mech. It's just not like, I think the world of Shangri-La Frontier is amazing, and what you could like just the show whenever it's about that is amazing. When they step outside of it, I just don't know. a little worried. So that's where I'm at right now with that show. I really hasn't been much other than that. I've been playing a lot of Rivals. I'm trying to get to Gold 3 so I can play with you you guys on comp.
Yeah, don't worry, you're gonna be really close here soon if I keep losing.
But
If I lose one more game, we can play
then,
tonight.
if you lose one game, then we can play together. Then when we win a game, then we can't play again, right?
Probably.
Or once we're in a lobby, once we're together in a party,
No,
then
it'll
we can
stop.
play. Okay. Well, the last thing I've been watching is when I die in my Rivals, I've been spectating people that don't know their left from their right. I just had to get that out there real quick. That's it. That's all I've been watching.
Waiting. His teammates are the problem, and it's not Chandler.
They're butt cheeks, I promise you. It's not just me.
Chandler,
Hey, look,
you're
if
so
I'm
funny, man.
if I'm getting SVP though, like if I get SVP every round that we lose, it can't be me, right?
It's not you, no.
Or maybe I am the problem. I am the problem. I guess.
What are
I
you
don't know.
playing?
Or I'm
Are
lagging.
you DPS?
What?
Are you a DPS?
Yeah.
How many tanks do you have? One.
Always at least one. Sometimes
Well, you always
two.
have one, I hope. But if
Some games though we
if
go
you're the
for
fourth
DPS team.
I would argue you're not helping too much.
But if you're the one, but if I'm the one getting the most damage, wouldn't that mean someone else should be a DPS?
But the thing
Or
is,
I mean, tank?
Damage is not good.
I'm with Chandler on this because I'm always the one to switch. I don't think if there's 4 DPS it automatically is on you because there's so many games in which I only play Loki and I'm like, can I play literally any other character right now? Because someone else heal, please.
Well,
Yeah,
if I go to
I
heal, I
know
only.
that, but-
Yeah.
You don't want to do a lot of damage though. Damage gives you want to get the final hits and the final kills. You want to have the most kills with as little damage as possible because the more damage you have, the more you're giving the other healers their ults.
Well, that doesn't change the fact that I'm
does
not
make
able to
sense.
play in any other positions at this.
Well, no, but Chandler said if I'm doing the most damage, it can't be me, right?
Oh, okay. Well, he did say he's the SVP, so it can't be him.
Yeah, but you
I
need.
mean, I see what you're
Yeah,
saying,
ideal.
Sky, but you have to do damage regardless.
You have to do damage regardless.
I guess you're
but if
saying
you're doing,
eliminations
one
or
thing,
like final hits matter the most.
it matters about not letting the person you're attacking get healed excessively. Like you need to
Final
kill them.
hits, essentially.
Yeah,
So you got to take out the healer.
You want to have like as many kills as possible with having as low damage as possible because then their healers can't just heal them and build up their ult charge.
Yeah.
Yeah, because if you do that, they're gonna get healer ults and they're all gonna be invincible and then just beat you.
Yeah. I'm just trying to think.
And
There has
then-
to be a fine line though between like too much damage when you're just hitting the tank over and over again and just getting healed repeatedly,
Yeah.
and then
There
like
is a
too much
line.
damage. Like I don't.
I mean,
I don't know, I see what you're
if they have
saying.
a
I
rocket,
see
then
what
it
you're
doesn't
saying.
matter. 'Cause if they only have like a rocket and like a rocket and I'm just gonna stay with rocket. If they have rocket as their only healer, it doesn't matter how much damage you do because he doesn't have a healer ult, so they're never invincible. But like if it's a cloak and dagger, you shouldn't be just excessively hitting them. You should try and kill them immediately, so then they can't just farm their ult because their ult's really good, or Luna because her ult's really good, or Mantis just it's really good.
Bad out of it. Also, I'm up to date on Dragon Ball Daima. I forgot to say that. You're not?
I watched one more episode though. I'm past the bad one, so that
Let's
was my
go.
thing for the weekend.
They,
I was like, I
they've
cannot
gotten
watch
pretty fire. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh, I know they have.
You should catch up for that because I know that you
I'm
specifically would like it.
I want to really bad, and I plan to this weekend. And I watched that episode 13 with the dog and the like that, and I was like, oh my god! And I was like, I can't watch this. I was like, this is actually the worst. Yeah, I was like, how is there filler? How is there? I was like, how is
20
this?
episodes. The show's 20 episodes, and
Yeah,
they still
there's-
find a filler episode.
Yeah, insane. So I'll just go into what I'm watching.
Yeah.
Um, sorry, it happened. He did.
No,
to me,
I
Chan.
did
You're
it.
just
Yeah,
bad victim
it's
at this point.
it's only fair.
All right, Chan. You just got the shit under the stick.
You got no intro.
That's fine. I don't need an intro.
Yeah, he
But-
does not need an intro. He's cool. He's too
He is
cool for
the
that
intro.
shit. He's too
Yeah,
cool.
I
for that
finished
shit.
it.
Dude, I literally saw you walking down like for a 1v1 and you're aura walking. That was crazy. That was crazy. Were you there for that, Zach?
I don't think so. No.
No, maybe not. So, Scott, you know what I'm talking about?
I think.
So I
In
played with
Rivals?
them on Friday. Yeah, from between 4 and 6, sometime between then, we convinced the opposing side, to let Sky 1v1 their thing versus thing, to see who could control, like, who would take, like, the platform. Like,
No
whatever
way.
And yeah, it was so funny because we saw them on the opposing side. Once you got close enough, you could see them. They stood still, or they were like emoting or like whatever, just like showing that they're friendly. And Sky just started walking. Instead of like a normal walk, he was just
It's slowly going, just big strutting.
he had this slow oral walk. It was actually really intimidating.
I was gonna.
scared.
I'm like 99% sure I was gonna lose, and our Adam Warlock, who wasn't in the party, healed me. So I got called a cheater, and whatever, it wasn't my fault. And I was angry.
Yeah, the guy.
Sky, why'd you do that?
Guy
Why'd you do that, Sky?
cheated. Yeah,
I'm so mad.
that's just tough.
I'd rather just take my L than have that happen.
Chan, take
But
this
I would also
opportunity.
argue-
Come on, 3, 2, 1, Sky.
So, what have
Damn
you
it,
been
Chandler.
watching?
Yeah, you said so.
I would.
Well, okay, to be honest, for some reason I thought you were about to say, so here's the thing, but then I had to lock in and realize that's not what you meant, and I quickly changed and
So here's the
argue.
thing. That would have
He
been
also
amazing if we said that together.
I'd like to argue he also cheated because he used his Invisible Woman team up. So that's also cheating.
That is cheating,
I see
yeah.
that. But didn't you have your ult?
Yeah, but he had his too. So I don't care.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he used it. He used it on me after. So I've been watching One Piece. I'm like 30 episodes. I'm like at most like 30 episodes away from Gear 5. So I see the light at the end of the tunnel, and it is very, very, very
I
nice.
feel like you've been saying
I
you
think
see
the
the light
tunnel
is
is
a
very
tunnel for the
bright,
past
too.
month or
I-
two.
it's
a
very
long
nice
tunnel, but it's
tunnel.
very bright tunnel.
It's a very
It's a long tunnel, but they.
Is this
um,
tunnel like as long drawn out as it was on Dressrosa?
No.
Or-
No.
So like the tunnel's colorful. It's not pitch black.
It's a nice tunnel. It's a very
isn't
nice
that,
tunnel.
The problem is I struggle to find time to actually be able to watch an episode right now. Like I usually watch like one before bed, so I'm watching like one a day. So my tunnel is elongated by my process because I want to sit there and watch it. So I can't be doing homework or anything.
But Chandler, it's a great tunnel. A tunnel that you should just get to the end of.
It's a fantastic tunnel that you should start sprinting at.
Yeah.
But I'm at like 10:44. Oh, I was gonna watch it last night, but I watched The Fall Guy.
He's like,
That's why I
why did I
went
watch
to-
that?
That's why I was also so mad. I remember being really mad at this movie, and I couldn't remember why.
I could have been watching One Piece.
Yeah, I was like, dang, I could have been like, in that allotted time, I could have been like 6 episodes closer to One Piece, Gear 5. But did that. I watched, as I said earlier. I'm caught up on Solo Leveling.
Oh, nice.
Um,
I'm not because we couldn't watch this week.
I'm not.
Okay, well, 2 words and both, and they involve catching up. So,
Shut the fuck up. Same with Dragon Ball Daima. Catch up.
I'm one episode further.
That's true.
One word. All right. Catch up is one word.
So true. So true.
Are you talking about the condiment? But I did that. I'm still reading Black Clover, and then I'm playing Marvel Rivals. And yesterday it was so bad at one point where I started playing some Minecraft. So that was a real change in events. Me and Lily finished Crazy Rich Asians.
Oh,
That
how
was
was
it.
that?
I mean, I watched it before, but I liked
like
it and
that
she liked
movie.
it.
It's a
Yeah,
good movie.
it's a nice little like relaxing time. Me and Lily are still watching Game of Thrones. We've watched 2
Sadly.
episodes. Yeah. I don't know. It's now. Wait, have you both seen it already?
Yeah.
Does it matter if I've seen anything? Okay, so it doesn't matter.
No.
Okay, well, I'm gonna say in case that anybody's listening, till anybody cares what I'm watching. Spoiler warning for season 4 of Game of Thrones. Joffrey died, and I was so happy. But I'm mad that they're framing my boy Tyrion for it. But I don't know who the actual killer is. I have a guess, but
Have you seen Pedro Pascal?
yeah,
Yeah.
he's a weird little guy in the show. I'm not gonna lie.
I love that description of him.
Fun.
That's a great description.
I like this.
Yeah, because me and Lily were watching it before she
He's a
left
real
today.
guy in this show. Yeah.
Yeah, it was his wife another man, and 3 other women. And all the women were kind of going crazy, and he was watching for a little bit, and then the guy started not going to town, but like started, fondling his wife or girlfriend or whatever, and then he was like, "What are you doing?" And he took the guy, and then he was like, "I like them all," and he was like, "Yeah, if you don't, you're missing half the world. If you have a preference." And I'm like, this feels like a very odd conversation to have right now.
It's the only conversation to have right now,
Oh,
Skylar.
man.
Nothing else.
I don't know if
matters.
you know this. I don't know if you know this, Pedro Pascal, but there are 4 women kissing on the other side of you right now, and you're having a man-to-man with a man. Right
Hey,
now.
that's what he likes, dude.
I mean, it is, but I mean, not my cup of tea, I guess.
Just chill
but-
like that.
Dude, he's chill or something. And then,
That's what Ted from a podcast, this guy from a podcast I was listening to recently was like, I wish I was bi because I feel like I'm missing out on half of the good experiences. And I'm like,
he quoted that from Game of Thrones. Don't use it
yeah.
original. I rewatched Puss in Boots: The Last Wish. Oh, still so good.
Great movie. Fantastic. One of the best.
Say that again.
Fantastic. Great movie. One of the best.
Awesome.
Dokkan
I've been
Battle.
playing a lot of. I was gonna say I've been playing a lot of
I've
Dokkan.
been grinding the fuck out of Dokkan Battle.
Me too.
That's what I'm
but
doing right now.
Understandable. I think that's all I've been doing. I think.
Alrighty.
Yeah.
Sorry, go ahead.
Oral's out.
Coral's out. I was gonna throw it over to Chandler. Do you have a movie yet, or are we doing?
I need another day or two.
Okay, no
There's
worries.
still another day or two.
I wanted to do a
Gave him a
reveal,
month,
but
and I
I'm
asked for an
okay.
extension. Crazy
What?
work.
Yeah,
We gave him a month, and you still asked for an extension.
we
Crazy
did
work.
actually give him a full ass month too.
Did.
We really
And I'm
did.
this close, but think of it
And
like
Chandler.
What are
days.
what are the ones you're between right now, or have you not thought about it at all?
I
You can be
can't say. I can't.
So he
I can't
hasn't thought about it.
spoil.
So he
I
hasn't
can't
thought about it.
spoil. Why can't
Why has he
this
thought
damn
about
thing
it?
focus on me?
Be honest.
No.
Be honest.
I do have short-term memory loss, but I promise you guys,
It's only because
I'm not gonna lie, I totally forgot.
Yeah, I figured so. It's okay.
Jackie, you
No
don't have it.
worries.
It's fine.
You guys will find out what next week
When
will
I
be
find out.
when it's uploaded.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Anyway, then-
I have all my quarrels out. Are you guys good?
Yeah.
Yes.
Wonderful.
Yes.
All right. We'll see you guys next week with an undisclosed movie or TV show or whatever Chandler decides. See ya.
Yes. Bye, every time.